The UK's tallest and fastest roller coaster has just started testing for the first time ever. Of course, known as HYPERIA, the ride features a 236 feet max height with a drop reaching speeds of over 80 miles per hour. But despite the fact the statistic of speed for this ride is relatively fast, a lot of people have been questioning its pacing. How fast the ride train maneuvers that metal structure layout. So today I thought, instead of just making this video about the fact that HYPERIA is testing, because I'm so late to this topic, I thought I'd go into something that's also been talked about a lot. And that is the question, does HYPERIA look slow? And there's going to be a whole heap of arguments for and against what I'm going to say in this video, so I apologise sincerely. But of course, if you do go on to enjoy my thoughts and opinions on these test runs for HYPERIA, then please be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss my opening day vlog when it opens. It'd be greatly appreciated. So then, on Monday the 15th of April, HYPERIA did not start testing. Got you there, didn't I? Pretty much Thorpe Park confirmed that that was the day it was supposed to start testing, but the winds were so incredibly high. You can hear them now. The winds are still raging. But the following day, on the 16th of April, that Tuesday, HYPERIA did test for the first time. And the only day I was able to go down and see it was that Monday, so I'm very glad I didn't. But on that Tuesday, I was actually in Blackpool. I was enjoying the sunshine and also the 50-mile-an-hour winds there. Riding my last Mac before I ride Voltron and HYPERIA. Oh god, I'm so excited. I mean, I even found an ancient rune in the sand. You should follow that message, I reckon. Either way, enough about Macpool. We're going to another Mac now. HYPERIA set off for its first test run at around 2 PM on the Tuesday, and I'm not going to lie to you, the ride isn't this long, but it took about 15 minutes for it to get out of the station and all the way back round again. It did get stuck at the bottom of the lift for quite some time before making its way up the also very slow lift hill. But obviously from the moment it set off at the bottom of the lift hill, it started slowly gaining speed and it ended up going over the top and going round the full layout. It does look really weird, doesn't it? It doesn't look real. I've seen this structure being built for so long, it just feels like it was there to be a statue. The fact it's moving is so strange. But the whole point of this video is to analyse that testing footage and comment on some of the comments that have been consistently posted under replies to this testing footage. The overbank thing barely makes it over. The dive loop hangs there for too long. It looks slow. Wait, that was me. But genuinely, there has been a lot of commotion from different people saying that the pacing does look quite slow. And I just want to discuss that. So I'm actually going to be looking at various different pieces of footage around the park and the surrounding area whilst HYPERIA was testing. And I haven't watched all these angles. I've seen a couple, but not all of them. So I'm quite interested to see how it'll look from about 16 miles away. So of course, a massive thank you as always to Attraction Source for letting me use this video. I appreciate it heaps. So right here on my screen we have the HYPERIA first test run compilation Thorpe Park. That's the first file name on my computer that I've done for a video like this that's actually been normal for once. But as you can see just from below, there was a lot of people here, so I'm pretty sure we're going to hear a lot of cheering. And here it goes, it's coming out of the station. There you go. Don't know if you can hear that, the cheering has already started. But yeah, so from what I saw and what you can see here, the train very, very slowly edged out the station. And it just didn't go anywhere for the past minute. But yeah, this was just before it was going to coast for the first time. It was going to become a coaster, not just a roller. And that train design does actually look quite nice there. It suits the track colour as well. I was a bit worried it looked a bit too much like Bumblebee or a Lamborghini, but it suits it now. But yeah, so this actually isn't the speed it's going to come out of that station and go into this. Like, if you think that that's how slow it's going to go, where it's just going to go, your ride on HYPERIA is starting now. That is definitely not how slow it's going to go. I'd say once it's up to speed, it'll probably easily have done that about 15 seconds earlier. I reckon it'll come out with some pace and sort of just bank around quite quick and then go back flat. Probably do that in about 5 to 6 seconds. I don't know the stats. But the element on Untamed is quite a good one to sort of see for that. It drops out the station, has quite a bit of speed going into that, and then it goes into the lift hill. It will probably just release from the station at that sort of speed. Either way, it then gets to the bottom of the lift hill, which on its first test run decided to just sit there for about 10 minutes. And I believe they were checking over it to make sure that everything was okay to go round, and that when it actually latches onto the lift hill, it's fine and good to go. But yeah, as you can see from this footage, it climbed that lift hill for the first time very, very slowly. Either way, it then crashed the top of the lift hill, and it's obviously going that slow over the lift chain, so it's just gonna, whatever element it goes into next, it's going to be a lot slower than it's supposed to be because the lift has been so slow. And as you can see here, in about a year, it'll drop. Come on, there we go. There we go. Down it goes, and it twists down. The fact that that drop is that fast pace and that whippy on the back row with that slow of a lift chain when that's running full speed, oh, it's going to be unlawful. And then we get our first look at the first inversion. No, it's not an inversion, is it? It's a non-inversion. The first element, and that is, of course, the Immelman. If we see right here, it twists up and then it comes round. Can we make the point? If anyone says that is slow, what's wrong with you? For a first test run, that absolutely hauls over that element. You'd expect at the top of an Immelman or a hill to actually sort of slow down a little bit, take in the views, take a bit of airtime in, and drop down. No. HYPERIA just goes... So the fact that that's only going to get faster, mind blown. And then, of course, it goes into the overbank in the distance. You can see it in the bottom left here. Very slow through there. Hopefully there's a better view of it from this video. I don't know if there is, but we'll get onto that in a minute. Then it goes up into the dive loop, which again will be faster, but oh my god, the hang time on that. Again, there's no law for this ride. And after that, it'll go into the splashdown, and we should see it go into that. Never mind. But yeah, look, you'll be able to see at the bottom of the screen, it go into that overbank. Wow, there we go. And it should go into the final airtime hill there. Wow. Is there a better view of that over? Oh, this is a good view. Look how long it took to get up the lift, by the way. It just teleported up. That's how quick. So if we take a look at that overbank, as you can see, it goes round quite smoothly, and then it slows down a lot at the top before barrel rolling back down. And to be fair, I would say that seems like a decent speed, but the fact the wheels and everything are brand new, the track is brand new, technically, despite the fact it's been standing there for months on end. The fact the wind wasn't on their side, and it was quite cold that day from what I hear, that is not running at full speed. So I reckon, I can't imagine how fast that is, but I reckon there's a good 20% of speed that's not on that element so far. That dive loop, I reckon the same, purely because, again, the wheels and everything, they need bedding in. They need time to get faster. And then that overbank towards the end. That overbank and the airtime hill at the end, they seem like decent speeds right now. Who knows if they're going to trim it a bit more on the splashdown. If that is too fast, it may seem way too fast when they send it over the next couple hundreds of hours. Or that speed might be perfect and it might stay like that throughout the entire test run and opening and forever longer. And reborn stage, because you know this is going to get retracked. HYPERIA rebirthed, reimagined, reborn. Paint it black and red and I'll sue you. But yes, I think the moral of the story with HYPERIA currently is don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge a roller coaster from its first test run. But I promise you now, those elements will be a lot faster come opening day. I mean, do you not remember Nemesis Reborn's loop? It looked like it was going to roll back, and now it's flying over it. So HYPERIA is just going to get faster, like that did. What do you guys think of HYPERIA's first test runs? Make sure you leave your opinions in the comments below. And make sure you subscribe, because soon I'm going to be releasing my first reaction to seeing it testing in person for the first time. I'm very excited to see it test in person for the very first time. Goodbye!